Only intended for a plane capsule.
You don't want to die of cold. Toll free.
I'll give you trouble.
Hello there, it is me, Tarman, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a rescue. My buddy lended me his Land Raider. He kit bashed it and he wants it to become a World Eater's Land Raider. He said he didn't really want me to change anything on it, just to repaint it for him. And I think it's kind of cool. I believe it's made out of a Spartan, I believe. And yeah, neat little thing, and we're just gonna do it some justice and give it a whole new paint scheme. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna strip it, and then next time you guys see it, it'll just be black, ready for the next steps. But yeah, let's hop into it. Alrighty guys, so now here it is, all nice and black now and stuff. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with the airbrush and highlight the entire vehicle here. So the color I'm going to be using to highlight is just going to be a white. So next time you guys see this thing, it'll be white and black. So let's do it. Alright guys, so now we have the pre-shading ready to go. The next color we're going to be using a darker red. It's the color like red iron oxide primer. That's what we're going to do first. So let's hop into that. And there we are. So now we have the first shade of red on. It's more like a brick red, but red iron oxide primer too works. So now we're going to move on to a very nice vibrant red. And we're just hitting like high points with this. So let's hop into it. Alrighty guys, so here is the Land Raider for right now. It's got the nice red and the different shades of red on it. So it's time to start picking out all the little details in this tank. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pick out the tracks. I'm going to have the tracks a black brown. I'm just going to be using some really cheap colors. I'm going to use this brown and this black to make the color for the tracks. And then after that, then we're going to hop over to doing some of the metallic bits. And believe it or not, there are a lot of metallic bits that go into this. So let's do the tracks. Alrighty, so now we have these tracks picked out. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use the same color and add some light chipping to it. I'm using this really rough brush and I'm just going along the edges of the vehicle and making it random. And do remember too, like this is a game piece, so you don't really have to make it like competition level ready. We just want it to have the look, and once everything's like put together on it, it's going to tie together very nicely. But yeah, just go around the vehicle, just add some light chips to it, just to give the tank just a little bit more character. But yeah, let's do it. Alrighty, so now we got all that chipping done. I went ahead and just picked up this Space Marine on the front. It's just gonna be an Ultramarine. The Space Marines are not the focus. The main focus is just the tank. But before we move on to silvery bits, there's a couple more details that I want to pick out, which are all the skulls. We're gonna pick out all the skulls, and then we're gonna clear coat it, and then move on to the metallic bits. So for the base of these skulls, we're gonna be using this. So let's do it. And here we are. So now all of the skulls are picked out. The skulls are not done yet, but before we move on, I need to give this whole vehicle a black wash. Because right now I need to tie it all together, and then after the wash is dried, then I'm going to clear coat it, then we're going to move officially onto all of the metallic bits. That's really going to be the next step, is going to be wash, clear coat, then metallic, and we get on to weathering the kit. Even though we've already kind of started weathering it, but as of right now, the next thing to do really is just to give this whole thing a nice black wash. So let's do it. Alrighty, so now that step is done, and look at it. It's starting to come together. It looks nice and grimy. Look at that. I love putting washes on these. All right, but now it's officially time to move on to the gold and silvery bits. And the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pick out all of the silvery bits on it, and the color we're gonna be using is this. So let's hop into it. And here we are. So now all of the silvery bits are picked out. I went ahead and picked out the rest of the Ultramarine and that Chaos Space Marine right there. So now we're going to move on to some gold bits. Do the trim on the Land Raider and just other little miscellaneous things. And what we're going to be using is this. Let's do it. And there we are. Now we have all of that picked out. So while that is almost done, now we're going to focus on the las cannons a little bit. We're just going to pick out these coils. And the color we're going to be using for that is this. So let's do it. Alrighty, I went ahead and picked out the bullet shells just using the colors I've been using. There are the las guns and all of that. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a wash over just the metallic bits. And the wash I'm going to be using is this. So let's do it. And there we are. Now there's just one more thing to do actually before we start adding all the mud to it. We gotta highlight the skulls. And it's just gonna be a simple dry brush, and we're just gonna be using this. So let's do it. Okay, so now all the skulls are highlighted. Now it's officially time to add the mud. If you guys have seen some of my other videos, especially my last one, I showed in a lot of detail on how I do my weathering. I'm just gonna be doing the same thing, just adding it to this. So I'm gonna start off with thick mud, and I'm just gonna put that on the tracks where it would build up. And then I'm just gonna be adding a ton of splatters everywhere. So I have these two work for splattering. So I'm just going to splatter it all over the model and stuff, and then it's just going to look like the sucker's been worn and used after that, and it'll be ready for the tabletop. If you wanted to keep it a little bit more pristine, you could honestly just leave it just like this. This is good enough. The idea behind this is to make a really good looking paint job just for the tabletop. So it's not like trying to win any awards or anything. I think it's very passable for a tabletop game. But I just like my tanks looking a little bit more weathered and stuff. So let's do that. Alrighty, so this is pretty much it for this Land Raider. World Eater's Land Raider. I think the mud always helps tie it all together. It just looks more like it's been used. Got the dead ultramarine on the hood. Yeah, I think this turned out really nice. You know, not trying to win any awards, just getting it ready to go for the tabletop. And I think it worked really well. Pretty happy with it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, only if you want to. I don't care if you do. I'm just happy you guys are watching my videos. And if you'd like to see me do or make something else, please let me know in the comments down below. But without further ado, let's hop into that montage.